WCCO-4 News this morning.
Shelby. Tonight at 10, we're doing a story on a regular guy. Woody was anxious about a new job, so doctors prescribed an antidepressant. 5 weeks later, Woody took his own life. When the I-team went looking for answers, we found startling information. How much did the drug companies know about the antidepressants before Woody's death? I'll see you tonight at 10.
Anxious about a new job, so doctors prescribed a popular antidepressant. 5 weeks later, Woody took his life. Now the I-team discovers startling information.
Drug companies knew that there was a problem.
Antidepressants, what 16 million people don't know. Tonight at 10 on WCCO-4 News.
This is WCCO-4 News at 10.
Prescribed Woody a popular antidepressant. 5 weeks later, he took his life. Now the I-team discovers startling information. Next at 10.
They're supposed to make you feel better, but experts say that doesn't always happen. The I-team uncovers what millions of people don't know about antidepressants. That's next on WCCO-4 News.
At least 16 million Americans use antidepressant. Problems like depression, anxiety, even shyness. So when the government recently warned these drugs could bring on suicidal thoughts, it was big news for lots of people. Tonight, the I-team reports on accusations that drug companies have known for years about the risk of suicide, but failed to warn the public. Here's David Schechter.
When Kim collected these tiles on trips to Mexico with her husband Woody, she promised herself one day she'd make a gift for him.
I was going to surprise him.
After 10 years of marriage, it's a promise she'd give anything to keep.
What are the times that you miss him the most?
At night, when I go to bed, and my bed's, empty.
Last summer, Woody was feeling anxious about a new job and not sleeping well. His doctor prescribed the popular antidepressant Zoloft, and after a few weeks, doubled the dose. Kim says Woody had no history of mental illness, but soon found himself curled up on the floor. He said he was losing his mind.
I didn't know what was happening because this is a guy who's always in control of everything in his life.
5 weeks after Woody started Zoloft, Kim got a phone call.
They're like, Woody's dead. I'm like, and I start screaming. I'm like, what do you mean Woody's dead? They're like, he's hanging.
So we can look at it in a way that very few people can elsewhere.
Dr. David Healy is a psychiatrist in the UK and an expert on how drugs work. He says antidepressants like Zoloft, made by Pfizer, are effective. He even prescribes them. But he says they can make things worse for some patients and in rare cases cause suicide. While serving as an expert witness against Pfizer in a lawsuit, Healy reviewed unpublished tests of Zoloft on healthy people.
When the pharmaceutical companies have given these pills to healthy volunteers who aren't depressed at all, some of those healthy volunteers have later gone on to commit suicide.
Pfizer denies Healy's allegations, but while Zoloft promotional material lists the following side effects.
Side effects may include dry mouth, insomnia, sexual side effects, diarrhea, nausea, and sleepiness.
There is no mention of suicide. However, court records from the company say Zoloft's labeling already states that there were reports of suicide events in clinical trials.
What was your reaction to seeing that research?
My reaction to seeing the research was that at some level, people within the companies knew this could have happened even before the drugs came on the market. And that, really an awful lot of lives could have been saved.
The I-team has also learned that suicide is not the only problem that experts associate with drugs like Zoloft. Thousands of people have complained about withdrawal symptoms while trying to get off antidepressant medication, even though the drug companies say they are not habit-forming.
Jody Fisher of Zumbrota took Zoloft for postpartum depression after her daughter's birth. It made her feel better. But when she tried to stop,
electric shocks that go through your head and down into your fingers.
What's worse, it made her think of suicide, something she says she felt only once before while taking another antidepressant.
You can't trust yourself. You can't trust your own feelings, your own thoughts.
Zoloft is not habit-forming.
But Dr. Healy says there are withdrawal symptoms, and they're often confused with the original illness. The feeling of electric shocks, shooting pains, depression, anxiety, even suicidal thoughts.
There must be people out there who have felt these feelings, and nobody believes them because nobody knows that this is real.
Absolutely. The worrying thing is that you may be literally talking about millions of people.
It's all about the bottom line.
Karen Barth Menzies is Kim Witczak's attorney. Today she filed a lawsuit against Pfizer. It claims Pfizer knew Zoloft was unsafe and claims the company had not told Woody's doctor or any doctor about the possibility of suicide.
If they had warned, then the doctor would be able to treat Woody in a way that could have avoided the suicide.
Pfizer has declined comment on the lawsuit, but recently said depression is a serious health issue that carries an inherent risk of suicide. Kim promises to fight on. She can't give Woody his gift, but she hopes she can prevent what happened to Woody from happening to anyone else.
I think people need to be informed about these. I know I wasn't. Woody wasn't.
All right, now that said, David reminds us that people taking antidepressants should not quit without first consulting their doctor. Zoloft is not the only antidepressant on the market. There are 7 of them, including, among others, Prozac and Paxil. To learn more about depression and how it's treated, click on I-Team on WCCO.